Hey YouTube, gonna do a video here. I can't take credit for the all the knowledge in this. I looked up how to do it. That's how I usually do it. Steve's Small Engine Saloon. I got to give a shout out to him. Any of my small engine problems, I check on his videos first. He's he's very knowledgeable in small engines and all that stuff. And like I said, he's my go-to for any problems I have. So I got to give him credit for this video. This is my grandfather's old tiller. It's an old Mastercraft with a Briggs and Stratton. Now, what I'm having a problem with, I had this starter side off. I thought it was it. It's not. It's the clutch in behind it. The clutch is seizing. The other night I got, about 15 minutes of tilling in, and it started screaming, and it would throw the pull start, it would throw it out, and thought it was my starter side, because that's what it was doing the first time. No fault to the small engine guy that I took it to. He did what I asked him to do, but it's a clutch, and I'm going to try tackling it myself here. So what I'm going to do, there's just 3 bolts on these. Take this front plate off. There's one there, one down under there, and one down under there. I'm going to get that off, and then I'll show you how to, for any of the other guys that have one of these and have a problem, I'm going to start taking that clutch kit apart. I've been noticing my last couple of videos, if you hear me chewing gum, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't even realize I'm doing it in the videos. I quit smoking. I get over 3 months in now, but I still chew the Nicorette gum there when I get a craving. I chew it, but I've been smoke free, cigarette free. I'm still getting nicotine in my body because of the gum, but I've been cigarette free since for a little over 3 months now. So that's why you might hear me chomping on a piece of gum every now and then. Sorry about that. There, now I got that crankcase off. That's just that case there over top of it. There's your starter, the inside. Now the clutch assembly is right here. So if I try to turn it to the right, it won't go. It'll engage the flywheel. And that's the way it's supposed to work. It's not seized. It's just when it gets hot, then the bearings hook up, and it starts to grab, and you get that squeal. That's the starter side engaging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those two small bolts out, take that screen out, and that clutch assembly sets right back in there behind that, right down in there. And we're going to try and get that off. So that's the next step. Okay, this is coming apart nice and easy for something this old. What it is I was going to try, and what you do, you jam, you block this flywheel off, and then they have a tool you can put on to back that clutch off. You turn it off. It's not reverse thread. It's threaded the same way. But this dust cover is really loose, and I think that's what my problem is. I'm getting dust in there. Look, I can pull that right off of my hands. And you got these ball bearings in there. And that is what allows it. You see, if I roll it one way, these are going to fall out if I roll it. If I roll it one way, the ball bearings just go up in place and let it slip by. And if I go the other way, you see how that's hooked? The ball bearings hook in and create pressure against it. So when you're pulling the pull cord, it allows you to turn the flywheel. Now, what I'm going to try and do this without taking the clutch assembly off. I know my ball bearings are going to fall out, but I think if I lay my tiller back on its back, like on its handles, I should be all right. And I should be able to pull this sleeve off. Let's try doing that. I'm going to put this dust cap back on just so I don't lose my ball bearings. Now, this ain't the right way to do it, but this is the way I'm going to do it. I was expecting to see a bunch of rust down in there. And I lost my screws. That's all right. It's just on the garage floor. I'm going to take the last one off. And yes, I do have Budweiser going. I quit smoking. I didn't quit drinking. It's the weekend. I felt like having a beer. Now, hold on. I'll turn you back on once I figure something out here. There. Gonna lean back. Shouldn't lose my ball bearings. Well, the top ones might fall down in, but once I go to put it back together, I can set them back in by hand. All it took was a windshield washer jug to hold it in place. All right. Now let's take this dust cover off. And it is dry in here. There's all them ball bearings. Now, I thought they said that was supposed to be packed with a piece of felt to hold the lubrication, but it's not. And I'm guessing that is why it's drying out on me. Anyway, I'm going to spray a little bit of lubricant. You don't want to pack grease in it because that'll hold them bearings from ball bearings from going up into place where you need them. I'm surprised there's no rust in there. I was expecting to see rust in there and having to clean that up and all that stuff, but I don't. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lube in there and see if that does it. And if I have to do this every spring, it's no big deal. It's only a 5-minute job, not even. Once you figure out what you're doing, 2-3 minute job, and I can put some lube on that and have it good to go for tilling the garden. My little garden, it don't take long to till it. I made it a little bit bigger this year. That's why I wanted the bigger tiller. And I have my little combi system. I don't know if I showed you that yet or not, but I will. And it's great for tilling in between the rows and stuff and keeping the weeds down. So let's what do I got here? I got some. Yeah, I got some good stuff for this. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I got use a little bit of brake fluid cleaner. This is a new brand that's out around here that other places you might have had this for a while. The Klondike, it's only been the last year or two since I've been seeing Klondike products coming around here. I'm just going to spray that clutch assembly out just to get any gunk that's in there out. Seeing it is, there's old black stuff coming out of that. This should dry up pretty quick. That was just my dust cover falling. Get all that garbage out from them grooves. Just to clean it up nice. Could even had a little toothbrush and get in there, but well, if it starts acting up again, I'll get a little more thorough in my cleaning. But that's looking pretty clean in there, really. A lot cleaner than it was. Everything feels pretty smooth. Everything feels good. Now, I wish I had more of this. I like that fluid film. I'll try, see if I get any left in it. There's a little bit. I'm not going to overdo it. Just going to give that shaft a little spray. And that should be all kinds for in that. Yeah, you don't want to use like motor oil or anything like that. It's too thin. This stuff here will stick to it. Honey goo would be even better. It's nice and sticky stuff. Nice sticky lubricant. Anyway, I'm going to put this back together and start her up and see how we're doing. Hopefully the squealing's gone and I can finish tilling my garden. All right, now, see how nice that slides on that? That's what I'm looking for. I'm just going to take and set each of my bearings, ball bearings, down into each of their holes. Two more to go, one more to go. Right there. And now you can see how that works. See how that one at the bottom ain't going to do nothing because it's sitting down. If I go to turn it the opposite way, they lock and hold in place, and that's what starts your motor. So let's throw this back together and finish up. Okay, now I tried starting her here and it ran for a second, and I had left the choke out too much and it stalled. Went to start it again. I made a mistake. Don't put something real sticky in there. If you look, my clutch. Oh, she's grabbing again. But there, see how it's just pulling free? I'm guessing I get too much of that fluid film in there. And them ball bearings are sticking up in place and not coming down and engaging with the clutch shaft to allow it to catch. See how it's free? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that out. See, it's trying to catch. Caught there, caught there. Take that apart, and I'm going to clean that out again. I'm going to put something a little less sticky. So that honey goo I said would not be good for it. I'm just going to try a little bit of gear oil, a little bit of 80-90. Not much, just a little bit, and try that. See if that doesn't work for me. And that is what it was. There was too much. I don't know if you can see in there. I don't have great light. It was too much and a little too sticky. So I'm going to take the parts cleaner and spray that out. And I'm going to use a little bit of 80-90. Penetrating fluid might do it. I'm just going to put a few drops 80-90 down in there and try that and see how that works for me. It's good though. I made the mistake for you. You guys don't have to do it. You always learn by making mistakes. It's if you don't make mistakes, you'll never learn what works and what doesn't work, right? All right, let's try this again. It's you can see she's engaging now. Fired up. No screaming. Now load the till for a little while. I'm sure that's going to do it. That's shut this old girl off. Here's how you shut the old ones off. And just ground out their plug. Yeah, no, that's I'm 95% sure that that's going to do it. So perfect. I didn't have to take it to anybody. Did it myself. Easy fix. Like I said, if I wasn't filming and stuff, you could have that done in a couple minutes. Even if I got to do it every spring, but I shouldn't. Now that I got it lubed up in there, it should it should do the trick. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, guys, and it's Mother's Day, and if any of you has made it this far and you're a mother, happy Mother's Day.